to address the critical safety issues in our schools during the pandemic. And we are here in the Lundale community. This is a Black and brown neighborhood where COVID-19 positive rates are in the double digits. While the COVID cases are rising, CPS is risking the health and safety of our members, who are majority women of color, single moms, or the head of the household. And since our clerks been in the school building, CPS have struggled to provide, distribute, and enforce proper PPE, such as masks, gloves, shield guards, hand sanitizer. It is unacceptable. They also, again, refuse to bargain with us for our members' safety. We received over 100 complaints from our members from the lack of PPE, how CPS failed to enforce the social distancing, the poor ventilations in the school building. This is unacceptable. We are here because we are demanding that CPS bargain for our members' safety, for our students' safety, for the community's safety. We are here because safety is first, and that's all that matters. And when our community, students, and members are safe, we will all feel safe for a safe return. We're gonna call up to talk about the issues that's going on in our schools. We have Sabrina Woods, a clerk, performing high school. Hello, everyone. My name is Sabrina Woods, S-A-B-R-I-N-A-W-O-O-D-S. I am a school clerk. I've been a school clerk for the last 26 years. I'm here to speak on the CPS schools, on some of the schools which are deplorable, which are mandating that all clerks report into these buildings. This is unsafe. This is unhealthy. We should not be in those school buildings until they are safe, until all clerks have proper PPE once in the buildings. Also, the majority of clerks are Black and brown women. The majority of clerks are the head of their households. The majority of clerks have to work in order to take care of their families. They should not have to put their lives at risk every day going into those buildings which are unsafe for them. Also, CPS, it has been clearly stated to listen to the scientists. They are the ones who know we should not be in the building. It is clear they have stated that if you are able to work remotely from home, you should work remote. We have been working remotely from home since spring. Now, why should we be in these buildings? Clerks should have the same option to work from home if they desire to. Our very own clerks. When I say safety, we say first safety. First safety. When I say safety, we say first. First. So that's what we mean. We need safety first. And management, we need you to come to the table to bargain regarding the safety of our members, the students, our clerks, our technology coordinators. We're gonna bring to you another speaker. She's a clerk. Her name is Lucille Thompson from Shirts High School.
Good morning. My name is Lucille Thompson, Lucille-Thompson, and I'm a school clerk at Shirts High School. I stand before you so bright and early this morning because as a clerk, I have to report into the building by 7:30. So I couldn't have a later time to speak with you. I'm talking about clerks, and I represent the PSRP committee here at the CTU, along with Sabrina Woods. We get calls daily from clerks on the south side and on the west side with complaints about their schools. I stand before you to say that CPS can do the job of getting us the proper stuff that we need if they require us to be in the buildings. The same things that we have on the north side schools, we can have in those south and west side schools. We hear this daily. about the poor ventilation, about the lack of PPE. There are some schools that do have the face shields, that have the masks, that have the hand sanitizers, but a lot of these schools on the south and west side, from the complaints that we hear, do not have that. And if CPS is going to require us to come in and do the job that we love so much, then they need to give all of the schools the proper stuff so that we can be there. We want to be there for our parents, to answer those phone calls and to ease their anxiety with the stress of this remote learning and answer whatever questions they desire. We can't do that from home. The calls could be forwarded to us, and we can still take care of our parents in a safe environment. We're not asking for a lot. We're just asking for the ability to work remotely or work safely. Whichever one CPS desires, we want them to come to the table and talk to us about that. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Yes, as you hear from our clerks, yes, we are demanding a pathway. Come to the table to bargain regarding the safety measurements. If you can't bargain regarding this now about what's going on, we're here today because to provide the proper PPE for our clerks. Because you have any, that is a bad sign. That is a sign that's saying you're not prepared. And if you're not prepared for our clerks to go in, how would you be prepared for our 100,000 of students or our teachers to enter into the building? This is unacceptable, unacceptable, and we will not take it anymore. Next, we will have our clinician. The clinician, Erica? Okay, so Erica's not here at this time. Maria Moreno was come and speak in Spanish.
Buenos días, estamos aquí en apoyo a nuestros trabajadores de apoyo, nuestros clerks, coordinadores técnicos y todos que están trabajando esencialmente en los edificios. Aquí estamos bien preocupados sobre las condiciones en los edificios. Falta de equipos de protección personal, falta de desinfección, de limpieza en los edificios. Ya hemos visto la propagación del virus con un número reducido de trabajadores en los edificios. Ahora, imagínate lo que podrá pasar si hay cientos de miles de trabajadores y cientos de miles de estudiantes en los edificios sin que CPS está preparado para hacer lo mejor de tener la seguridad de salud de una prioridad. Estamos aquí para apoyar y hacer lo mejor para regresar de manera segura. Si no es posible, tenemos que seguir con aprendizaje remoto y asegurar la salud de los educadores, estudiantes y sus familias. Gracias.
Again, our clerks have to leave, and like I said, they have to go into work when they could be working remotely, and they're going into unsafe buildings, again, with no proper PPE. I'm glad that they took the ADA forms. I'm glad that they took the health screening. I'm also glad that they took a testing information regarding testing sites, along with masks, shield, and gloves that we are providing. Chicago Teachers Union is providing for our members. Something that CPS should be doing, but unfortunately, they refuse to bargain. And that is a sad case during this pandemic. There should be no need for not to come to the table to work with us. Now I'm going to call our recording secretary, our officer, Chicago Teachers Union Officer, Crystal Williams-Hayes.
Good morning. My name is Crystal Williams-Hayes, CHRISTLWILLIAMS-Hayes, HAYES. And I stand before you as a PSRP for life. I was a school clerk for 17 years prior to working at the CTU. I know how these clerks feel. I know that they are torn between being loyal to their schools and being loyal to their families and the union. It's a chance that they have to take. It's unfortunate that the mayor and her staff at CPS have forced our clerks to go into these buildings unsafely. We are in bargaining, and they have forced them to go into the building without sneeze guards, without the proper PPE in all schools. We know that this is not right. As Tennille mentioned earlier, we are right now in a zip code, the zip code of 60623, where the COVID viruses have been, is in double digits. We also know that it has been reported that Canty School and Mount Greenwood have cases of COVID that are not being reported to the public. We're receiving calls. I received messages from 3 clerks yesterday that have tested positive for COVID. This information is not being shared to the public.
Right.
We don't need to know who they are, but the public needs to know that they have been infected. The possibility of them being in a space where COVID is there. Yeah. And that's a shame. And it's unfortunate that CPS will not allow our clerks to work remotely. We know that every school in this city can do transfers remotely. We know that phone calls can be forwarded. We know that the work that needs to be done can be done from home. We know that emails can be done remotely. You do not have to be in the building to do these duties. So we're asking CPS and we're telling CPS to allow our clerks to work remotely. Come to the table and let's be fair about this. And I've asked the question, how many of them have children in the schools? How many of them have even been in the building to know that some of our workers, our clinicians, our tech codes are working in spaces without ventilation, proper ventilation? We know that they're working in closet spaces. We know this. I'd like to ask, how many have been in the buildings to see what is going on when you're trying to force people to go into these spaces unsafely? As I mentioned, I was a clerk. I lived in this zip code all of my life. I'm from the West Side, K-Town, proudly. I know what these schools look like. I know that it's unsafe. I am a grandmother of a child who is attending Chicago public schools. I know what the parents are going through. I know what our teachers are going through at home with children. Yeah. Let our clerks work remotely. Be fair. And I'm sending this message to the mayor and to the leaders at CPS. Do the right thing. Let our people work remotely. These people are dedicated not only to their jobs. Yeah. Most of them live in the communities where they work. Most of them are the head of their households. Their families are dependent on them. And to hear that our clerks are being tested positive for COVID, that's a life and death situation. Yeah. They can live or they can die, leaving their families hanging. Who's going to come to their rescue? No one. CPS will say, I'm sorry, and post those positions a week later. Yeah. Without a heart. Do the right thing. Allow our members to work from home remotely, and they will be as dedicated as they have been in these buildings.
That's right. When I say remote, you say learning. Remote, learning. When I say safety, you say first. Safety, first. Safety, first. Remote, learning. Remote, learning. We are gonna do a distribution and ask questions, but like I said, we have teachers here that's gonna take the proper PPE to our clerks, our valuable members, and we shouldn't have to do this. Next, we're gonna have question and answers. Have any? If not, we're gonna wrap it up.
We don't have reporters, so
Okay.
you want to move on to.
Okay, so like I said, we have our technology coordinators, our clerks, they got to get back to the building, but we also have our teachers here who's also going to be transporting proper PPE to our clerks and members in the schools. So do a assembly line to grab the proper PPE. Guys, can we okay. I see this.
Yeah. And then you're fine. Did you need 50 or how much? Oh, you said that. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Thank you. Okay. Hi. Okay. How many do you need? You be safe.
I'll take two. You have
2 boxes?
yeah. I'll give them to the rest of the staff.
Okay.
I'm working on it. Up on our building.
Okay, what school are you at?
They're good high school.
Okay.
How many you want? One?
Okay, so we'll call you.
Stuff out too. There's info about the testing.
And then you sign with her and I'll give you everything else. Here you go. We're gonna, when you sign, I'll give you about that. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you, Kenny.
Well, yeah, like the survey.
This is information that
Okay, give me about taking the next. No, I'm the student advocate.
Just one. One box. There you go. Yeah. One.
Yeah.
One packet.
Oh.
No, it's okay. Everybody else took boxes. You get a box.
Okay.
Okay, you're welcome.
Carrie, can you put together a half
Oh.
Do you know what school it is, Chris?
Why don't you write it down?
Yeah.
There
you go. All right.
Oh,
What kind of run did that is? How much have the t-shirt?
I hope. But it's really hard to, like, I can't imagine being a student dealing with that.
So there's another
Are you
introduction.
still
now.
live?
I am, but I like this
You're
song.
just like, I'm gonna go with my phone, and then we may have more go like all day every day. Yeah, we may do that last.
Okay, so we may have more speakers in a little bit
Yeah, I had a guy.
at 6:30.
Clearly, like,
I have no
love
channel
for
through the
Eric, so like, he got it. So he was trying to like me and I feel like I should stop him off the ledge.
Like the lights is coming on, the lights is coming on.
Long time no see.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
yeah, I have.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Acuérdate que cuando está hablando, quieren que muestre. Te voy a empezar con ella, empiezo a hablar con ella, luego muestras lo que está ocurriendo ahí.